Hello everybody, I'm Matt Anderson from The Road Not Taken, and welcome to 3 Ideas in 3 Minutes, the 3 best ideas I got from the 3 podcasts that I've got coming up this week that I'm very excited to share with you. And the first podcast was with Clements, and the topic was entrepreneurs and marital success. And the best idea that I want to share in this video was really around fearing transition. And what I mean by that is that while every human, all of us, we love change, we also fear change. Like we love many things to stay the same. What the perspective that was a light bulb for me was when she talked about what we really should be afraid of is the transition. So in other words, I'll give you my own example recently of wanting to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning this year, that the hard part is getting up. The hard part is that transition of getting used to getting up so early, or even 4:30. But I want the great results. Like I want that time in to get some great exercise, to feel like I'm starting the day out with an enormous victory. And I absolutely love that. And so every single day when I do it, I absolutely love it after the fact. But it's this awareness of recognizing when I wake up, it's that transition. So there's a transition to be afraid of. So that's great insight from her. Clements, theentrepreneur.com. Second video was with Melissa Masitto, who's a global executive with Hyatt. Fantastic insights, and it's interesting. She started at the very bottom rung of the ladder in a tiny hotel, working behind the desk while she was in college, and her mindset certainly jumped out at me on many occasions to say, well, that's why she's so successful, because anytime there was a problem, or anytime she was told she couldn't do something, her attitude is, well, the resources are out there, I'm going to find them, and you can't tell me I can't do it. But the thing that I most loved about talking to her was her perspective on, I suppose, and it sounds almost silly to talk about, but just on the value and the beauty of the human perspective, of how many people, how everybody matters in an organization, and that not everybody, you don't want everybody obsessed with having to get to the top. And being someone who is obsessed with getting to the top, I think it was important to just hear about how everybody has an important perspective and role and experience and loyalty and all those things, and they all add up. And it was a very important perspective. I think anyone can benefit from listening to that podcast, amongst many other things. It was full of gems. And then the third podcast I did was with Steve Plewes, who'd been a $1 Million Roundtable top of the table producer for many years. And the thing I most got from him was that the biggest difference between average producers in sales and the ones at the top, certainly in financial services, but probably true in most industries, was focus. And just the notion that they were very clear that if their strategy was only to work with the green rocks on the road, that's all they were going to go for. And if the red one came along, an opportunity, that they would be much more clear in their values about saying no and shutting that down, and in a good way, drawing healthy boundaries. Too many people are people pleasing, and that's not a healthy thing to be. And so the whole notion of you've got to say no far more and focus much more on exactly what you want, and ironically, you will actually do far better that way. So Matt Anderson, The Road Not Taken. Give a listen to Steve Plewes, Plewes. Fantastic stuff. The Road Not Taken. Talk to you soon.